how I create businesses with Claude without any coding experience, but it's more, I want to kind of walk you through how I come up with the ideas for the businesses. Okay, so I've created real life businesses. What I've created is multiple different kind of businesses. They're all SaaS basically platforms, and so the websites are the things that bring in the money. Okay, how I've come up with the ideas of each one is I've worked in majority of the systems, or I have been involved in majority of the systems that I've created at this particular moment in time. So many else will come for that. And when I'm creating a business for you, this is how kind of I will fix the industry or your business as well. I wanted to explain that. And so I've created particular things that I've created knowing that that is going to bring in money for me for the rest of my life for multiple generations to come. Okay, that's why I've created the business that I've created. It's not just like a product that hopefully somebody might buy and make money from. These are things that run in billion-dollar industries, and this is the way I've created them. This is why, and this is how it fixes things. Okay, so number one, every single one had a problem. Like, let's start with even the art one, which is Celine House. Well, there's a couple of art ones, but there's Celine House. Okay, so I work in the art industry. I spent lots of money. The art industry has been ripping people off for 500 years, basically. Okay, so that's the short story of it. I look at the industry and go, okay, what are the pain points of the industry? What can I fix? And so it's not just the pain points of the people that are buying from that while you're getting ripped off, It is, and why are you getting a bad service? Why are you complaining about, like, as a customer, why are you complaining about something, So I look at that, and I also look at the pain point of the people that are working in it, if people are working in the industry. How can they benefit from using what I'm creating? The Celine House, for example, there's so many things to it. There's so many, it's a massive ecosystem. It's the only one in the world that joins, as things grow and people know exist, because that's the problem. Once you build a business, you need to let people know you exist. There's so many people can sign up as an artist. You can sign up as, and there's no gatekeeping. I've created this thing called the grid that was created on Claude. Okay, that is about protecting your art, and so it's basically a blurred image, and you hover over it, and it opens up little pieces of your cleared art. So the bots can't steal it. Nobody can steal it and reproduce your art for free. So there's lots of things I created in Celine House, and it was all because us getting ripped off for 500 years as artists. How can the artists be selling their product instead of the artist being the product? Because most of the businesses rip artists off. Okay, I want to talk about NDIS. I worked in NDIS for 3 months. The day before the 3 months was up is when they fired me. What I saw was the business abusing the system. What I saw was the people that worked there abusing the participants, and the people that worked there getting away with things that were incorrect, because when there's nobody watching you and managing you and standing over you saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, then all these people that were in these kind of roles in the cell houses were abusive. The system put us with like unqualified. I don't have any qualifications whatsoever in working with people with disabilities. What I did was a course that took me an hour to do, and then they went, yeah, you can go out with people with schizophrenia, And so what I saw was the business didn't care what the people were saying, so we were out there in the forefront. There was this guy that he just kept on having attacks, like schizophrenic attacks, right? And the people that ran the business would go, oh, that's just the way he is, that's the way Gary is. And then Gary ends up being in hospital with pneumonia and nearly dies. And there was a build-up you could see over the 2 weeks of these things happening, and it's because everyone in their business that is family-owned was not trained in what they should be trained in. I really didn't like that. And so everything I've created is they're qualified people. So if you're working as a childcarer, you're not a babysitter of your neighbours. You're not your neighbour's kid. You know what I mean? And people are leaving their kids with the babysitter, and then they go, why does this happen? Well, because your kid's unqualified. And so everything that I have, there's the verifications and qualifications. So Nest Nurture Society, you're a cleaner. There's no real qualifications for a cleaner, but you're not going to be hired by Nest Nurture Society. It's not hired even. What I do is I'm basically a recruitment agency, and it brings the brand. The brand brings the people, and then have expectations of how things should happen as the hirer, as the person that is hiring somebody for aged care, that's somebody in-home childcare and cleaning. You know, there's expectations that I've created around all of these industries for all these people, which was the thing that was broken in all these industries. Is people just go onto Facebook Marketplace and say, hey, who's the best cleaner? And there's 20 people that might know, they might be getting paid to put a message on. There's no real... and like the cleaning, I tell you, I've cleaned for 12 years, and people just ring and go, can you come and clean my house? The keys under the mat. They have no clue. Most of them had no clue who was in their house cleaning. And there's just this expectation of, they think that people are going to be legit. There's so many scammers out there, you know. So for me, it was about creating businesses where everyone's verified, everyone is educated. So if you're a child carer, then you're educated. But then if you're educated, you're paid well. So the big thing for me was that in the industry, you're also not paid well. So even when people became, like in the NDIS, people became certified, they didn't get any more money than the people that weren't certified. When you're skilled, you went to school, you're skilled, you're educated in what you do, you should be getting paid more, you know. And so all of the things that I have are verified. So even when it comes down to the directories, the people that sign up to it are verified in what they do. So they've got insurance. If they're a builder, they've got insurance. If they are, there's proof that they are who they are. And with the directories, it's not so much, all of them don't have to show ID, but there's some of the directories that do. Like there's an adult entertainment directory. You want to know that what you're going into is a safe position. So there's the person that is hiring has to fill out information so they know that they're walking into a safe situation. And then if something happens, then there is things that they can fall back on legally that are right. And so it was like with the NDIS, there's so many things that happened, even with the commission. There were so many things that happened in that time that I was there. I'm able to build businesses around fixing that. I can't fix the system, but I can fix things within the system, little bits and pieces within those systems, because those systems are government run and they're run to be dodgy as well. Like the commission, I put in a complaint because somebody was getting abused, which is why they fired me at that job. And 5 months later, the commission sends me an email, you know, and says, we want this, this, and this. Obviously, you don't know that information anymore, so your complaint becomes irrelevant, and that child is still in a situation where he's being abused by the services that he uses. They don't know that they can use a different service. I'm in a house at the moment, and the mum controls everything, basically. And the daughter really doesn't like one of her carers. She finds that the carer's quite nasty, but the mum's not going to do anything about it because she doesn't believe the child, kind of thing, you know. So I wanted to create a platform where the child's also, or not the child, but the participant is also able to go, hey, this is the problem that I'm having. So the individuals can be flagged as well, you know. So even when it comes down to the cleaning, what I have is, you walk into the place, you have to take before and after photos, okay, as part of you doing the job right. You have to provide that, because if somebody turns around and says, hey, the cleaning's not done right, then there's at least proof either way, okay, that either the business is going to take the fall for it, or you as the individual has to go back. There's a 3-structure out system, and like for the cleaning, and it works in the sense of, if there's been these major issues and they're not easily rectified, because no one's perfect, right? But if you're a bad cleaner, we don't want you in the brand. We don't want to be you ruining our name, right? If you're a bad person that hires, there's so many people that stop cleaning altogether, and they make their house every time you go into really, really bad. Okay, those people you don't want to work for. And so, as in, they don't have respect for the system of how a cleaner works, right? Where they're making their life easier, they should at least not make our life harder. Like, we're happy to, because that's what we do, is we make your life easier, we clean. But there's houses that I've been in that have got so worse over time because they stop doing everything, and then just those kind of people, well, we want to flag those people as well, you know. So look, at the end of the day, I've created massive businesses. What I can do is actually look at your business if you have an existing business, and I can fix those flows. And it's things like that, okay? So If you have incompetent workers, that's money wasted for you. Like my daughter works somewhere, and the things that they just do that are wrong, they hire people that are in that are that are like not efficient in their role to save $1, which makes so much wasted money on to fix the problems. Where if you are doing things and not letting the problems, humans love to cause issues and then try to fix those issues. Well, we do it So all the businesses that I've created are because there's a problem, there's multiple problems, and then I can fix multiple problems within that business by creating an SaaS, basically website, platform, whether it be to replace the businesses, the outdated software that's there. For example, NDIS, they use Brevity, outdated, I could actually fix the healthcare system the way that at the moment they're wanting to do something with people have to have this in the system, but the problem is the systems don't even link up with everyone else, and so it's like old school when police held the information in their district, and so there's people out there doing all this bad stuff because there's no communication. Well, systems are still like that. They're so outdated. I would be able to rebuild that entire system and look at everything that is an issue within your business and fix that and create a program to run more efficiently, everything. And so you wouldn't need to get rid of people. Those people would run their jobs more efficient, So that is how I've created what I've created. And that is how I continue to create the business I create and businesses and help other businesses as well by creating what I create with Claude. And so it's not just Claude can do this, it's what you have up here to make Claude do, so there's things that I wouldn't know that Claude could do because I'm not using Claude for that, and so there's other people that will create things other ways. Most of the businesses that I've created for me are passive income. If they're not, they're created at a mass price for something that I would do. So if I was redesigning basically the software for your business, that's what I would do. It would be a good price, If it was for art, because I make mass scale artworks for interior designers at a mass amount, $100,000 to create the artworks kind of thing for a whole hotel fit out, you know what I mean? I'm creating that as well, and it's a mass amount that I'm creating it for. So anyway, that's how I use Claude to make money and build businesses with Claude on a mass scale as well. A lot of people don't think like this. They're happy with one. And be happy with one. If you can create one business, if you can use me to fix your business, which a lot of businesses put out there, I tell you, because they're so outdated with the software and the platforms that were there are very much about controlling everything. If you need to have updates and stuff, they charge you all for it. Where me, I want to go, here's all the pain points. Here's all the pain points from your business. And here's how I'm going to fix it. Here you go. That's fixed, basically. And your business is going to run a lot smoother, more efficient, save a lot more money in the long run. That's it for this one. Follow, subscribe, join up. I might make videos on little courses as I go, but it's more at this particular moment in time, I've made that many. I want to explain now why I create what I create and the way my mind works and how I'm able to help you not just build a business where you're an artist and you want an art website. It's not just that. That's a basic something, you know what I mean? I can take your business, analyze your business, and build something that is going to make your business more efficient, See you next vid.